Hi, my name is Jobby, and we're looking at Heavy Mecha's version of my beloved Gipsy Danger. Now, the Gong Gipsy Danger, check out that review if you haven't, was pretty much the pinnacle of Pacific Rim figures. So how could this version by Infinity Studio, the same company that brought us the Heavy Mecha Crimson Typhoon and Cherno Alpha, hope to compete? How about it being bigger, a few dollars cheaper, and including a cargo ship? Links in the description. Thanks for using code Jobby at gundammit.com to give me store credit. It's still a pretty penny, but when has that stopped me before? I have a problem. It's all good as long as I have the support of VITURE, or is it VITURE? Introducing the VITURE Pro 2, the clearest, sleekest, most comfortable pair of XR glasses to date. This is a high-resolution monitor that you can wear on your face. Fully adjustable too for maximum comfort and resolution. Even the interchangeable nose pads are individually adjustable. No matter your specs, these glasses look sleek on any face. Thanks to this being their thinnest pair of glasses. Who'd think the future would be so lightweight? Sometimes I forget I'm even wearing them. It's a real problem. Using the included cable, plug it into your phone, your tablet, or any USB-compatible device to see a blown-up near 4K version of its display right in front of your eyes. You could also hook up the VITURE Pro 2 into the brand new Pro Mobile Dock Mini, sold separately. And using the credit card thin magnetic mount, you could hook that up to your Switch or Switch 2 to get that gameplay right up in your face. Of course, you could hook up the glasses into the original Pro Mobile Dock, sold separately, which allows you to connect practically any HDMI source into it. Yes, that includes your PC. Snap on this included lens shade for extra immersion. You have to experience this for yourself, and you can by clicking the link in the description to get the 5th anniversary combo, which includes the VITURE Pro 2 and Mobile Dock Mini for $20 off. The future has never been more on view. This is some next level goons. This figure continues Heavy Mecha's impressive streak of box art with a product shot that looks like a scene from the movie. You also get another business card that I can't seem to get out of its sleeve. What the hell? And out of the box, the back thrusters and the head are detached, but that's easy enough to assemble. And the head is magnetic. Hell yeah! And I gotta point out that we finally have a Gipsy Danger where the figure to box ratio doesn't make me want to commit thunderclap formation. The painting and the sculpting on this figure is amazing. It's somehow even more screen accurate than Gong's version. The Roger Rabbit effect is in full force. And so are my pants. There's an insane amount of etching, paint washing, dry brushing, not to mention the precise mechanical detail. I knew I wasn't crazy when it came to those gold accents at the legs. They were missing from the Gong version. And the weathering here is exquisite. Now this looks like a Jaeger that's seen its fair share of battle. Even these intakes at the back look properly rained on. Infinity Studio does not seem to miss when it comes to their visual quality, and their use of clear parts continues to impress, as do their various light-up features. But just like their Crimson Typhoon, make sure to get your obscure coin batteries ready. You're gonna need quite a bit of them. First of all, the LED unit for the head requires 2 AG0 or LR521 batteries, but SR521SW batteries work as well if that's all you have, which was the case for me for some reason. And to turn it on, you need this included rare earth magnet. When I saw this in the instructions, I thought it was some kind of placeholder, but no, straight up naked brick. I liked it better when it was on the Pacific Rim logo. Anyway, just tap the visor and wow! Even the little forehead orb lights up. It's not as blindingly bright as the Gong version, but still very lovely. Is it Sheila? Alright, I'll stop. Check out the remix if you haven't. And if you thought the spinning reactor was cool before, oh my god, bro! This time around, the reactor is a separate unit connected by a magnet. Insert 3 LR44 batteries, then tap it with the magnet and it doesn't spin. I'm gonna commit thunderclap formation. So shortly after my just playing stream on Jobby2, like, comment, subscribe, my copy just stopped spinning. Thankfully, gundammit.com has a decent after-sale service, and I received a new reactor unit in about 2 months. That's twice that a Heavy Mecha figure was defective out of the box. Naughty, naughty. But it's also twice that it was worth the wait because... oh yes. I love how violently it spins compared to the Gong version. This shit is addicting. And yes, the motor is actually that loud. Concerning to some, but it just makes me swivel here. Tap it again to make it stop spinning while keeping the lights on. Perfect for pictures. And one more time to fully turn it off. I am already a happy man. But that's not even all. For the first time on a Gipsy Danger figure, these floodlights actually work. Kinda. And this one's not a magnet LED. There's a tiny button you gotta push before inserting it into the back panel, connected by another magnet, of course. And this bright-ass light should theoretically light up this clear piping, which it does at very specific angles. To get the full effect of these, you really want to make your room as dark as possible. No problem for me. I hate sunlight. This effect does look better in person, but not by much. A for effort. The final set of light-up features is in the included plasma casters, but these forearms are a little too easy to replace. It's not Soul of Chogokin levels of flop, but this connection could be a lot tighter. A dab of super glue or clear tape should fix that right up. Not an excuse for the issue, but it's not a huge issue, don't cry. At least the plasma casters themselves have a better fit, and they look great even before they light up. 2 AG0, LR521, or SR521SW batteries for each of them, and attach these included blast effect parts for an even cooler display. As for the rest of her accessories, let's just get right into the cargo ship. How the hell did Gong miss out on this? Even with its size and heft, the figure has no problem holding it. No thanks to the actual peg, the finger joints are just that tight. God damn, it's Pete. You also get the classic containers. Again, Gong, how could you not? These don't have pegs, but again, the fingers provide a good enough grip. It also helps that the dents are perfectly formed to fit, and the Gipsy Danger loadout wouldn't be complete without her swords. Both solid and wiggly jiggly. Bendy wires, of course. You also get effect parts that plug into her elbow you already know. And it's still not another light-up feature, god damn it! And a final pair of effect parts for the thrusters, which are also not light-up features. Now I actually am being a spoiled bitch. It will happen again. You also get a base, which is the same one that came with Crimson and Cherno. And Gypsy's got magnetic feet to keep her sturdy. But that's only if you wanted her in a fairly static stance. But what's the fun in that when there's a lot of posability? Which is fully detailed in the instructions. Good shit. Ball joint at the head. Every ball joint can be a swivel. Features a wider range of movement than the Gong version. Hinge joint at the base of the neck allows her to look up that far and look down that far. I guess you could cheat the head posability by removing it from the magnet and posing it separately. Yeah. Hinge joint at the wings. Ball joint at these back panels. And a ball joint at these thrusters. The shoulders can extend, which pops up this chest panel. Allows for a butterfly joint. Shoulder pad moves up. Be wary of this armpit piece. Doesn't feel fragile, but it is a bit thin. Sides of the shoulder pad can swing out. Rotation at the shoulder. Arm moves out. Bicep swivel. Bend at the elbow, which activates some shifting parts. Ball joint at the wrist. That acts as a tight swivel. Hinge joint at the wrist. Ball joint at the thumb. Every ball joint. Hinge joint, hinge joint, hinge joint at the thumb. And a hinge joint, hinge joint, hinge joint at each of the fingers, individually articulated. Chest swivel, but don't go too hard on this since it's connected to the spine. That looks so cool. Some side to side might be a little too wobbly. Waist swivel. Hinge joint at the chest and the waist. Allows for an ab crunch and an arching back. Damn, she could throw it back. These hip panels are spring-loaded, so they naturally shift out of the way when you're swiveling. To get them even more out of the way, they are connected to the whole butt panel, which you can shift up. That allows for a high kick. Can't move back that far. The thigh panels can extend and hinge out to allow for a beautiful spread. Thigh swivel. Double bend at the knee, which activates some more shifting parts. Hinge joint here. Bit of an ankle hinge joint. Swivel here. 2 toe bends and a heel bend. And a limited ankle pivot. Posability here is really good, but more importantly, she feels really nice to play with. Sure, there's a bit of wobble at the chest, but she doesn't have trouble holding poses. It never feels fragile or flimsy. A big part of that is all that die-cast metal, especially at the joints. This is a very cold figure, which of course means this thing is pretty heavy. Mecha. I can't get over how this is essentially a high-end statue with the posability and playability of an action figure. Life is so good right now. Not to mention the size of this thing. Holy moly! This is the biggest Gipsy Danger figure to date, which of course necessitates a size comparison. Here's Figma Madoc Economy, Haya Toys Godzilla, Magic Square Light of Peace Not Optimus Prime, my previous review The Gong Gipsy Danger, the Heavy Mecha Crimson Typhoon and Cherno Alpha. I am actually ascending right now. And my previous Gipsy Dangers. We've come such a long way from the NECA and Chogokin. Ever since I watched Pacific Rim for the first time all those years ago, I've been waiting for a Gipsy Danger as good as this. And while the Gong version is really good, the Heavy Mecha is somehow even better. But with a defective reactor, limited ankles, and slight wobbliness at the chest, it's technically not perfect. But to me it is. Fuck off. These Heavy Mecha figures keep getting better and better. How peak is that upcoming Evangelion gonna be? Time to save up and find out.
I can't! Heard of the new Striker Eureka? Fucking gaming, mate. You ever realize when one of us bogans enters your life, things start to get really weird? Oi!
Swiveltopia.
You listening, mate? bought a whole hit and boomerang for this bit, so you better be fucking grateful. Christ on a bike, this accent is so big.
It'll be a while until the heavy mecha Ava. But until then, help me, Asuka.